Oh yes, ladies and gentlemen. If that comes off, you are going in. Zsolt,
Good morning, Desmond.
have you seen the weather?
Yeah, it's crispy.
So it's gone from 10 degrees yesterday, 9 degrees, to -2 this morning. So yeah, so I'm still doing my top kits. I've been in here all night.
No, you
So it's not looking great, is it? I think it's going to be I think it's tough. And I think the forecast, I mean, all the puddles are rock solid. Let's just have a look at the forecast for tomorrow. So see what's happening today. So today, 8 degrees, then rain tonight. It's unbelievable, isn't it? This is what happens like nowadays.
Sounds about right.
And then it's 11 degrees tonight. Tomorrow, 12, 13, getting up to 14 degrees.
Ouch.
So we've gone from 9 degrees yesterday, -2 last night. Like today, it's sort of starting off -2, getting up to 10 this afternoon and tonight. And then tomorrow, it's going 12, 14 degrees. But it's a southerly wind, so the wind's blowing totally the opposite way.
Literally today we're fishing a winter silverfish, tomorrow we're fishing a spring silverfish.
The only thing is, it might help. It might help us a little bit with it warming up, but it's going to be tough today. Just practicing is going to be tough. So,
I'm so happy to hear that.
mate, well, we'll see what happens. Anyway, let's get the gear out, and we're definitely going to be able to sit.
Did you make for me a coffee?
No,
Why?
I'm too tired. I've been doing top kits all night, mate.
Oh,
So- Oh dear. Anyway, let's get back. Let's get over here and sit in the sun.
Guys, I think I find a better company for today than Desmond. Hello, you. Much friendlier. Not moaning that much. It's so cute. Hello.
Well, first impressions are a nice little setup Zolt's done here.
Thank you, Desmond.
It is absolutely freezing cold, but
It's-
what a glorious day, to be fair. It's all melting off now, the ice, but it's just typical, I think, now of winters, how things have changed. You know, it was 10 degrees yesterday, -2 stroke -3 this morning. Absolutely mad, isn't it, how it changes? But, you know, being a match angler, that's what you got to put up with. So we've chosen a nice little spot. The nice thing is today, it's flat calm. I wish the match was today where it's flat calm. You can see every tiny little bite. There's a guy pleasure fishing down there just from Zsolt. There's a few people out today because the weather's nice. Oh, he's just missed a bite. He's had 6 silvers, so he might be fishing tomorrow as well, who knows. But yeah, it's looking good. Nice little setup there. He's got all his roosts. Obviously I've got my
Freshly elasticated top kit.
yes, freshly elasticated top kits by myself. Zsolt thinks he's got all his elastics done for the match for tomorrow. Bear in mind, we're fishing for eyed silverfish, so number 6, you know, something like that would be absolutely perfect. Now, looking at this, we've got nothing in that realm. He says, I have got some top kits
I
done.
should have.
No, Zsolt, no.
That's nice.
That's a 9. It's not really light enough.
What's that?
No,
Here you go.
Oh!
Here you go. There's
Hello.
the 6.
I didn't see that. Right, well, you're going to need 4 top kits. Right, check
So
these.
that's one.
I'm going to check them. Now, when you're doing, this is the original slip. Horrific.
Oh, come on.
No, you're just going to get, look, this is rough. Feel that?
Maybe need to cut back
Yeah,
a
but
bit.
bearing in mind, you could hook some carp tomorrow, so you can't risk it. How long's that been there? 3 years?
Yeah, something
Yeah,
like
brilliant.
that.
And look how tight that is. Bear in mind, we're not swinging 10-ounce eyed, are we? We're netting them, which you could quite easily swing a 10-ounce. Right, so we got one done. Has it got a roller puller in the side? No. So how are you Please tell me how you... What happens to that?
Is the...
Yeah, but
thing-
so if you look a cart, what are you going to do then? Play it on the top 5?
Yeah. You know, European style.
Great. Right, let's get that out. Let's see what he's got inside, shall we? Right. Oh! He has got the old style thing. Oh, we have actually got some... We could actually, to be fair...
You see, I'm not totally
No, but you need a
useless.
side puller, Zolt.
I'm not totally useless.
I'm not messing about that. Right, let's go for everything else. So you've got one top kit.
Yeah.
Right,
It's
what's
plenty.
this? F1 kit, brand new, nothing in it, great. Match kit, brand new, no roller puller, no elastic. Oh, another match kit, brand new, nothing in it. Yeah, I'm ready to go, he said. Ready to go. Ready to go for what, mate? Oh, where's the next section for that then? Match kit, no number 1.
It should be there somewhere.
Yeah, it's here, all right. You've got quite a lot of match kits. The problem is you've got nothing in them. Match kit, brand new, never been used, brilliant.
I thought that you're going to elasticate my match
F1
kits, no?
kit. Oh, hang on. F1 kit, brand new. 9, 11, 30. Where's the net? Oh, hang on. No, that one was inside. You've got a lot of carbon, but you've only actually got one top kit for tomorrow. Put some roller pullers in for him last night. New ones. Look at that. Yeah, salt. So yeah, nice and simple. Got four top kits really. Got some maggots. Got some pinkies. I've got a few casters, but I think it'll be pinkies and maggots today and probably tomorrow. The weather's changing tomorrow, Zsolt, isn't it?
Yep.
It's going to be...
Much warmer tomorrow.
It's going to be a little bit breezy tomorrow, and it's warming up to 13 degrees. So we're going to get him. He's doing some camera work. It's a hard day for him today because he's got a fish, and he's also got to do some camera work. So how the hell he does all that, I do not know. But he's done his ground bait. We've got a bit of Pro Thatcher's green and Super Crush green, which is what I've been using everywhere. So he's put that through the riddle.
Twice.
Yeah, he's put it through twice. Well done. And yeah, it's looking really, really nice. So we'll get back to you when we're plumbing up and hopefully catching some fish. Right, come on then.
I need some rigs.
Oh yeah, right. Now,
Actually, I had one.
no, listen. No, be quiet a minute. Now, obviously, it's going to be hard tomorrow. Like rock hard, I think. You're going to be very patient. It's a canal style lake, obviously. And you're going to have a few lines going, I think. But concentrating
But
on
not
one,
too many.
Well, not too many, but you're going to have to be concentrating on one, but making sure you're also concentrating on preparing, priming
The other one.
lines. Because you might not catch Zsolt, but you've got to do it. No, because it's going to be tough, mate. You can't have this weather. I mean, this winter now, this is what happens every winter. You have a day of like southerly winds, and then like it goes down to like -3 at night. You get rain, and that seems to be happening more and more in the winters now. Wherever years ago you'd have a nice spell of weeks of frosty mornings.
Yeah, like a constant weather.
Yeah, and I've just got to be keeping that out the van, and it's frozen
It
solid.
was solid.
Do you know what I mean? Because it's left. I've had it in the EVA bag. So obviously knowing this lake a little bit, there's a shelf. We got to try and find the shelf. You obviously got right over. I don't think tomorrow fishing for silvers, because it is a silverfish match obviously, I think fishing right against the boards on certain areas you might have to do it depending on the wind, because it does get windy here, but I think we need to find that sort of 3.5, 4 foot shelf and work on that, and then down below
Something like that.
Yeah, have you got a rig set up already then?
I find one rig.
Yeah, what main line's that?
013.
Yes, be all right. But you want probably 011, but we'll do some. I've got some rigs anyway, haven't I?
I hope so, because I don't.
Yeah, so that's a 4B12 or 4B10?
4B10.
Yeah, nice. F1 maggot. Right,
F1, no, it's F1 XS.
Is it? Oh, you better see that better.
Yeah.
So let's tighten these shot downs. You've got them spaced out a little bit too far. So I'm going to bring these down, ladies and gentlemen. Now, I would say start off at like 3 inches while Zolt's messing about his camera gear.
Yeah,
Let's bring it down.
Forgot to put an SD card in the GoPro.
Brilliant. That's just what we wanted to hear. So everything we just done is not being recorded?
No, it's being recorded on the main camera.
All right.
And it will be recorded in the GoPro too if I...
I always make out I know what I'm on about, but I ain't got a clue. Just let him get on with it. That elastic's nice, isn't it?
Oh yeah.
Let's see what it's like.
Oh, don't drop the battery in the lake.
It's looking pretty good, that Zsolt. Ah, hello. So we're going to have to get our floats dotted down, because a lot of these bikes will literally be little tiny dinks and stuff like that. So what have we got on there hook-wise?
It's an SFRB, because I wasn't sure that we're going to use that rig, so I...
Right, give us one of your new ones as he's tied. I've just inspected his hook length, so we have to excuse. We've got someone smashing the hedges down in the background. Cutting the hedge that time of year when they go and cut all the edges down. So let's change that to one of the new silverfish.
And while I was waiting for you, I've done a bit of plumbing.
You have?
Yeah.
Well, you haven't cut the line down.
No, I haven't, because I didn't know
Right,
where you want me to fish.
Well,
so
let's go out there. Let's have a look. So obviously you got, it's deep close in here. Yeah, get all that sorted out. You get all over the shop. Because tomorrow you're on your own, mate. I'm here, but I ain't. No, you're on your own. That's a big plummet. What's that?
30.
Not on the Danube.
It's only 30 gram.
Only 30 gram. We're going to end up knocking everything out on the way down. What's up with the 20 grammer then? Well, you certainly know you're on the bottom of that. Yeah, that's it. Make a bit more noise dropping that in. No, nice cold morning. You know, they like a bit of grenade going on here. Right, 13. So what have you got?
I find that the shaft is finished
Yeah.
between the U and the M.
Right, go on then.
Oh, it's fierce flat.
Yeah, that's flat, isn't it?
Yeah.
So you've got a shelf. Now, what you've got to do, right, so we know we're on the bottom there. That's probably the same depth. If you come back another foot, it's probably the same depth, I would say. So that's like the middle. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like a,
yeah,
it's like a
roughly the
snooker
same.
table.
Yeah.
So it goes up, and you'll have like that stone.
Yeah.
And you need to try and find. Now, sometimes on this lake, if you go left or right, you can find a flat spot. So don't bring it back. You need to find a flat spot. Go left and right now. The camera might not be able to pick up what we're doing, but we can talk about it. Yeah, no, keep going. You've got to get over on that far shelf. Not right over. Keep going out. Right, go on. Just keep going straight out. Not straight out, to the left rather. And again, because that's like you're still at the bottom. Go on, a little bit more. Right, you're finding that shelf now. You're finding the drop off, aren't you?
Yeah,
Go a bit more. Right, go on. Now that float's about... Right, now come back and bring the float up 4 inch. Because I reckon that's flatter there.
Yeah, but it's definitely deeper.
Not being funny though, if you can find an area like a side tray, like a small side tray, that is mega. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, but definitely
in front of you, there's a bit like
that side of the swim is deeper.
Tomorrow you ain't got time to go talking. You've got to get plumbed up and fishing. Well, that wind's cold. And I've always said, if you can, try and fish the end of your section because, right, have a little plumb around there. Go out a little bit more. That's the start of the drop-off. Go around to the right a little bit more. Go on.
Yeah, here is the start.
Can you feel it go down?
Yeah.
Right, so you don't want to be fishing there because that's like a cliff face.
Yes.
So you want to come round to your left. Right, take that dolly off a minute. Now what I'm thinking, I know this is going to go on in the film a little bit, which is really important. This is the things I get asked all the time. Des, when you're fishing a snake lake or down the edge, you know, what are you doing? Right, go around to the right, don't bring it back. No, right.
Oh, right.
So mark it on your head. What's right and left? Right, get yourself, that's it, on your elbow. Right, so you know that's the drop off.
Yeah.
So come around to your left. Because as you come around to the left, you're going further over, aren't you?
Yeah.
So you get towards that aerator. To the left. Right, go a little bit to the right. It's really important you get this right. Right, there, I would say, because that's nicer than anywhere that you've plumbed up. So come back and plumb up nicely to that. So you come back and bring it down like, I don't know, 2 to 3 inches. So plumb up there like we've done before, basically. I would actually, if I was you, I would bring the float down a bit and then take some of that line off. Because we know you're there or thereabouts. Because it's harder to plumb up when you've got a big long line. When you know you're near where you want to be, cut it down a bit. Just cut it down probably a little bit more than what you would. Yeah, but give it a bit more than that. Because you've got these shelves on here are going to be really important tomorrow. Those eyed and, you know, odd skimmer, they live on those shelves.
Maybe some terry.
No, the tench are normally in the deeper water, so they're in the silt. They love tench. Like tench love that, like soft bottom and stuff. They don't necessarily go up on those shelves because it's obviously solid. But every peg's slightly different. So tomorrow you've got to try and find the nicest areas you can fish. And some pegs are different to others. Some pegs you've got to fish on angles. If you're lucky enough, you'll better fish bang in front of you and it'll be like flat. So what I'm thinking for you is just a quick plumbing around. Is if we fish to the right, I would say that's the nicest area. But what we got to do is try and find that same depth
somewhere
else. So we got 2 lines going.
If I'm fishing slightly
that's
on
nice there, look.
Yeah,
try and find that. All right, mark yourself up to somewhere on the far bank, wherever it's in the background or whatever. Come on to the right a bit.
Yeah.
Come on to the right a bit. Where's the drop off? There. So
there.
You're quite close to the drop off.
Yes.
But you're on it. You're on that flat spot, aren't you?
Yeah.
And it's really important. If anything, come around to the left. And again. Go on, keep coming. Keep coming around to the left. It just comes up because you're getting closer to the bank, really.
Yeah.
Just come back a bit now with the pole. Come back and see what it's like there. See where the drop off is. Go on. That plummet's too big for what you're doing. It's too heavy. Right, come back. A little bit. No, a little bit. I mean, like, because you've got to remember, you're fishing on a real tight area. It's a tricky one, this is.
Yeah, it is.
Because every peg's different and you want to try and fish on a flat.
Here is dropping off.
Yeah. I think that's too close to the drop off.
Yeah.
So 30 metres, go right to the end of the pole. Go right to the end of the pole. And come around to your right again and plumb up where we were, because I think that's probably about the best little area. So get that exactly right. That's a good depth, that is. So I reckon where you are there, right in front of that area, from where I'm sat, that's where you need to come. That's where you need to be fishing there.
Okay.
So you need to come back, adjust that float so it's like where we're fishing. So you want the body like an inch out of the water, basically. And you've got to be on this tomorrow, because I'm not, you know, it's all right doing a bit of practicing like today, but tomorrow you've got to get this in your head that that's what you're looking for.
Yeah.
You'll have to edit some of this because they go on and on and on. The batteries will be flat. How many batteries you got with you?
Quite a few.
What, about 100?
No, like 9.
Oh, that's not too bad then. Right, so, and everybody out there watching this film, on these venues, you have to be very accurate. But try and do what Zolt's doing with his pole on his elbow. Because if you try and fish like half joints and that, and you're not familiar with doing this sort of style of fishing, it's quite tricky. Come around to your left. Don't use the seagull as a thing either, because that obviously takes off.
Thank you, Desmond.
That's why I thought I'd just let you, Right, come around to the right then. Come on. No, right. I need you to get to where you're fishing in that spot.
I get where I'm fishing.
No, you
We're
don't.
fishing
You're
here.
4 inches over depth. Where are you fishing then?
Here.
Yeah, you're 4 inches over depth. So what are you going to do? Are you fishing there? To the left? To the right?
Here.
What are you doing?
Here.
Right. Well, you weren't there just a minute ago. You said I'm fishing to the left.
No, I'm fishing here.
Right. So get yourself marked up with something on the far bank.
Yeah, done it.
Done?
Done.
Right, round
Done
to
and
the left
dusted.
then. Round to the left now, right round to the left. So next line. So really, we're going to try and find the same...
Oof.
Yeah, I know. Because I don't really want to set another rig up, really. So that is on a shelf.
Yeah,
A small shelf. It's not the big drop off.
No,
Right, just come back 4 inches on your pole.
I've done it.
Right, just try in front of you, smack in front of you now. I know you're going to be closer to the bank.
Yeah.
Right, come back a tad. That's flat, that bit, isn't it? Go on,
Yeah.
keep coming. See what it's like there. Look, that's flat. Go on, tad more. Lift that plummet up, mate, because you're just dragging the plummet, you're not lifting it. Go on, see that? Right, that's nice, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah? Now,
Yeah.
we had a walk round yesterday. Well, we're having a little scan around because there's a match on the lake that Zsolt's going to be fishing on his Coaching The Un-Coachable. Now, one thing that's extremely noticeable is how cold the wind is. It's a northerly wind today, blowing straight down this end of the lake. But tomorrow, Zsolt,
Is it gonna change?
yeah, it's going round to a southerly tomorrow. I think it's probably later tonight. It's moving round to a southerly, so you've got to take that into consideration. We've had a massive amount of rain, ridiculous amount of rain, and we've had a really, I think it was 2 or 3 days ago, it was down to -3 here, and this ground, what we're walking on, was like concrete. But it's nice to just have a little walk round. I've spoke to it. This is what I would call the tough end of the lake. Now, if Zsolt draws like me,
probably I'm going to draw somewhere here.
yeah, if Zsolt
That's
draws,
gonna be my peg.
to be honest though, obviously today is an everything goes match, so Carpan Silvers count. But Zsolt's match is going to be a full-on silverfish qualifier.
Is the carp doesn't count at all? It's not like 1
No,
pound or anything
no,
like
you've
that?
got to put them straight back.
Okay.
So there's a fish coming out over there, look. On peg 23, that's Dave Wilmot. Now, he'll be fishing for silvers. Now, he is actually practicing, Zsolt, for your match.
Really?
Yep.
That's a bad news
Now,
for me.
he will be fishing with casters.
Okay.
He is a caster master, let me tell you. So let's have a little walk round. So we'll ask a few people and see what's coming out, because this is going to be a tough area up here. Any good?
I've got 28 eyed.
Oh,
28
eyed and 2 skimmers.
That sounds good.
That's good. That's brilliant. And we've been fishing since 1:30. What time do you start, Tone? 10, so 3 hours. Has it gone off now, eh?
It's just been steady, really. Just
They are.
steadily.
Pinkies?
What's that?
Pinkies or maggots?
Just little things of ground bait like that.
They are. The old Preston punch. I got some of them.
I'm thinking.
And a pinky. So that's the sort of info we want to find out. Are you fishing on Thursday? No, so that's good.
It's good that I brought back plenty of pinkies.
So yeah,
isn't it?
it's looking good. Like I said, the wind on Thursday is going to be
It's gonna
blowing.
change.
Unless it changes, it's going to be blowing straight down the other end of the lake. A little bit warmer. So I reckon what we'll do, we'll go around and see Dave, see where he's fishing. You caught most of your fish down the middle, Tone?
Yeah, 11 metres.
Yeah.
So I'm on that. 1 skimmer on each.
Yeah, so them eyed, sometimes they're in the deep water on some of these pegs, and sometimes they're on that far shelf, which is obviously what Zsolt's going to have to do.
That's the question. I don't want to be Andy May, but can we catch them shallow?
No,
Okay.
ain't going to happen.
Did you listen, Andy? No shallow fishing.
Let me tell you something, Andy's on a different planet, that bloke. Literally on a different planet. So I think we'll get away with it. I think the weather's going to be okay. We just don't want the wind to get up, because this venue can get the wind make it quite tricky. So there you go. Do you want a little walk round, or I think
Yeah,
we should
let's have a walk
fancy
around.
another cup of tea.
You had plenty of tea today.
No, not really. Let's go and see Dave, see where he's fishing. Hey? Oh, are you? Yeah, they are. No, it's a bit tricky up here, isn't it?
Gosh,
So-
the wind is cold.
The wind is freezing today. But it's going to be, I think the forecast is going up to like double figures again for Thursday. So
Really?
yeah, but it's dropping off tonight. This'll do you, Zsolt, anywhere up here.
So this is the area where I want to draw.
To be honest, I fished a
fish on opposite
Yeah, that's a
bar?
carp. That we don't really want to be worried about them.
I don't want them.
So on last week, it was really cold. It was -3. I fished a Silver Masters qualifier.
Yeah,
on
you
here,
qualified.
but I didn't catch until late. So that's what Zolt's gonna have to do. I had to work really hard with the catapult.
My
as well.
head is gonna come off if I'm
No,
not
it's
gonna
not.
catch.
No, it's fine. You all right? Oh, Dave just fouled at the carp then. Now he's fishing with pinkies. I was wrong. He isn't the caster master. And you should have. You ain't looking. I know you got the camera. Yeah, he's
Hold
picking
on.
a catapult up. He's been learning, hasn't he? He's been learning. So we'll see what Dave catches. 'Cause
Des,
yes.
I'm not sure that I brought any catapult with me.
That's just as well I got something, haven't I? You all right? Never eyed it. This is a nice peg for eyed here. For some
Okay.
reason, they do hold out here.
What's the average size of the hide?
Well, bag in, Dave. Hey, solid. He is. He's actually a magician, and I'm not kidding. He's a magician, and he draws like a magician. Let me tell you. How many eyes you got? So these are the things I'm looking for. Right, depth of water. What's that? 3.5 foot?
Yeah.
That's when I'm looking at matches. This is the information I'm trying to find. Is baits, what depth of water. I mean, Tony's caught in deep water there, but it's very, very wide where he is. So this is where you need to draw Thursday. Please draw this peg.
It's not gonna happen.
No, probably not. But yeah, there's a lot of hide in here. He's fishing with pinkies. He's probably tapping in pinkies. He actually fished a qualifier with
That's
what I
fine.
fished the other day. And obviously, he probably would have picked up a few bits that I've done. And that's the problem. That's match fishing. You know, you can't get away with much nowadays. And we'll see
Yeah,
what he
actually,
does.
that's a handicap for me, that you fishing here too much, people
I
learning
don't fish
too
it
much.
very much, though. I only fish here once every...
Every week?
No, I don't. No, I wish I could. Tapping in pinkies. So it'd be interesting just to watch now. And then we'll go off and have a cup of tea. Simple as that.
Okay.
But if you look down to your right, the wind's really tricky down there.
Oh yeah.
That is going to be windy. And
You
I think
you
this
can
is...
see on the check on the water. You can
this,
see
this.
there or here.
Yeah, you got a bit of protection by the bridge,
Yeah.
see?
Yeah.
You're going to have to use your old
Pole support.
pole support,
Oh
100%.
yeah. It's gonna be handy for tomorrow and the day after. No, well,
So loose feeding, picking a catapult up is going to be important, I think. Unless it's that windy, you can't do it. But with that pole support, I think that'll make a big difference, I do. So it looks like it's good. And bear in mind, today's a northerly, it's chilly,
it's very chilly.
and you're going to have to be patient, I think. Like, there's not,
I'm
you know,
not.
in some areas, no, you're going to have to concentrate like mad. You are? Never bite then. You get a lot of missed bites from these hide.
Are they
So-
crafty?
They are, and they're not. Sometimes like they'll just hang on to the bait. Other times you'll get like fly unders. Whether there are a few liners, I don't know. But there's fish being caught in there. That's the main thing. I just think we need to draw out of that wind a little bit on Thursday because it's going to be getting up to 20-mile-an-hour gusts, which is probably about what it is now.
Something like that now.
I reckon, yeah. So anyway, we'll leave them to it. Go and have a cup of tea. Get some gear ready because I got to tie some rigs.
I did tie some
I've
hooks.
told you some hooks, but you've already done them, so that's good. Little rigs, 4B12, 4B10s, probably maybe 4B16 for fishing in the middle, because it's quite deep, this lake.
I'm just gonna nick off
6
some
foot.
rigs from you.
Yeah, there won't be much short fishing, Zsolt. You'll be fishing, I think you'll be fishing like 10, 11, up the shelf at 13, depending on where you draw, and then possibly right across.
Something like short top kit plus 2, 3.
That's 4 indications he's had, and he's not hooked to fish then.
That's what do you think? Something like short top kit plus 2,
No,
like loose feed?
no.
No.
I think you'll be fishing 10 metres minimum,
Oh, okay.
personally. All right, he's got another one on there. There's plenty of hide here. He's lost that one, I think.
No.
Lost that one. That's exactly what we don't want to see, Zsolt.
Nobody likes to see that.
So listen, there's a few fish coming out, which is the main thing. Yeah, it's looking good. I'm looking forward to it.
I'm really excited about
Oh,
tomorrow.
you're not. You're panicking.
No, I'm not yet. I'll be panicking tomorrow morning.
And it's a full house on Thursday.
How many people?
28.
Ooh.
So the pegging's going to be quite tight. That's why you want that peg, because it'll have a bit of room.
Not gonna happen, Desmond.
Any good, Merv? Yeah. No silvers. Yeah. So yeah, looking good. Looking good.
We will see tomorrow,
We'll see. Fingers crossed.
It's nice here.
Yeah, that's nice
in front
there.
of me.
Right, where are you? You need to mark that.
By the X.
Tip X, you are. Tip X it up on your knee. No.
On my knee?
Time. No, waste of time trying to use graphics. Right?
Here, by the
No,
X.
here. Because you don't want to be looking behind you.
What you doing with my paw?
Your pole's going to get tip X'd up, mate.
Jesus.
That's my signature, that is. Right. No, because it's important. This is what you've got to learn when you're fishing canal lakes.
Usually
Right.
I'm not fishing canal lakes.
No, but you're going to be. Starting from today. So you now know, right?
Right.
That mark.
One there, one there.
Yeah, that mark now is on your knee and you're on it. So get yourself marked up to the far bank now where you're going to be fishing.
Yeah, I have it.
Oh, what's that?
GoPro died.
Right, to the right, I reckon, slightly, won't it? Right, you got to get your right and left, mate. You're going left when I say right.
Ah.
Right is that way, towards the bridge, that bridge.
Ah, thank you, Desmond.
This is Coaching Un-Coachable. Right, so there is the best little area there,
Yeah.
isn't it?
Yeah.
That's like a little flat spot.
Yeah,
Yeah?
like you
happy with that?
you said before, it's like
It
a
is, like a
side
little
trade.
side trade. And that's what you got to find, because it's bloody important. Loads of people get really confused about it, and it is hard.
Yeah.
But right, so I reckon that line between your... We're not going to do any more plumbing up after. We're going to plumb up some... But that's the hardest part with this lake, is trying to find those flat spots, because basically this lake was built, I think, 15 years ago. So you're going to cut that line down a little bit, or do you want it? Where's that?
I'd rather have it at the moment because
Alright,
I don't know
start
how
with that. See
how
how
the
you
wind's
do.
gonna be today.
Basically, it was cut, like, so you had the
Can I
far
have some
shelf,
Tipex, please?
it had come down. Then you had another flat shelf, but over the years, areas of this lake have crumbled away, obviously where the fish have at it, or fish have fed on it. But there is areas on most pegs where you can find the original shelf, and it's really, really important.
Yes,
get
you
on
need
it.
a new Tipex.
Just it does work. Just force it down. It's not going to go through your top kit, is it? Go on. It's not a camera. What?
Okay.
Let's have it here.
It's fine, I can see it.
Well, no, because you've got your depth markers on, you'll get them confused.
It's there by the 40.
Right, look.
Two.
Our eyes working now.
Thank you, Desi.
So that's what we're trying to find, 2 areas on that. That's going to be a really important area for most of the match tomorrow. And now we're going to set a rig up for the bottom of the shelf, which you've seen Zsolt plumb up then. And then we'll try and use that rig again for fishing on an angle in the deeper water, because we can't have too many lines going, because Zsolt won't be able to handle it. So, and I won't be able to handle it either. So we're going to try and keep it simple. It's going to be really difficult tomorrow. It is a qualifier. It's 28 people fishing, so it's going to be quite tight. 2 qualifiers. There's 14 peg sections, and a lot of these guys fish this week in, week out, and they're hard to beat, no matter whether they're fishing for carp or silvers. So we need to get it, as right as we can today, and get Zsolt going. But
I have one
no, that's too small.
4x10 F1 Mega.
No, it's all right. We're done now for those.
Okay.
So yeah, we'll get back to you in a bit, but we're going to plumb up in the deep water, and then when we start fishing that, we'll talk you through it. Otherwise, the film would just be about plumbing up, because it is quite difficult. But I think you've probably seen from there, it's really important. One,
Even from that, I have to cut off something because you were talking way too much.
was I?
Yeah,
What?
100%.
Yeah, but I got to, because I'm coaching you. You wouldn't never. Well, anyway, let's go. Right, so you want a 4B12 now. F1 maggot. Is that going to be black or orange? I reckon orange.
Ladies and gentlemen, he did find an excuse to kick me off from the box.
So we're not even. I've not even fed anything. I'm just having a look if your float was dotted down.
Oh
nice.
yeah.
I must admit,
of
it is,
course. So
I must admit, I will say that it is actually sat there nicely.
there's a question. Why did you put bait on the hook if you just check the...
Well, I just thought it might make a difference how the float was dotted
Ah,
down.
yeah, okay.
I mean, it's cold, isn't it?
We're not fishing with the 8mm pallet. We're just fishing with
Fishing
the
with a pinky on it.
single
isn't it?
pinky.
Right, go on then.
Yeah. So I have two lines there, 13 meter and 11 meter. I have another line here that's 11 meter as well.
No, you haven't. It's joint. You've got to take a joint off.
Am I? Oh yeah.
Yeah. So it's 10 meters. So that's 2 off your 13.
Yeah. Right? Yeah, correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
So 13, 11, 10, and I do have a 10 meter line. Should be here.
If you need it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you got all that.
You see, I remembered.
Well, you have, but whether you can remember it during the match,
That's gonna be a hard. Probably I'm gonna write
But it's
down.
quite technical, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Because when you're trying to catch 20 pound, right, and this lake ain't the sort of lake this time of year where you can, like some lakes, you can like fish one line or 2 lines, it's done. Sometimes it ain't like that on here. You've got to fish multiple lines. Hopefully we haven't got to do that. Where are you going now?
Just because we're gonna start at 13 meter,
Right,
no?
okay. Yeah, you need to cut that line down.
I know.
So basically, the rig at 13, we've made a rig at the bottom of that shelf, haven't we? Which is
Yes.
that one, which is
Yes.
a 4B12 F1 maggot,
Yeah.
which is one of mine, by the way, ladies and gentlemen. It wasn't his. So he's going to cut that line down now, roughly to the same as the other one, and that's what we're going to do. I can't see us catching short Zsolt, to be honest. I can't see it. I think it's too cold. The fish, the eyed on here don't seem to want to come in
It's
close.
plumbing freezing.
I know it is. It's not a great. I can't believe the weather's ruined it from last night, but that's what it is. That's what you got to do. The pleasure anglers are catching a few, so it'll be all right. So we'll get back to you. What we're going to do is actually,
Start to fish.
yeah, we're going to put a little bit of ground bait in on those 2 10-meter lines, and we're going to start at 13 meters. Well, the 13 meters with the little white Tipex mark. We'll tap a few pink. We'll just fish pinkies and maggots today. There ain't going to be nothing else happening. But yeah, a little bit of ground bait on the 10-meter lines because there's an odd skimmer and an odd tench possibly to be caught.
Come on, Terry.
Terry the tench. So what we'll do, we'll get back to you. So we're going to start at 13 basically. Loose feed, possibly loose feed if he can hold his pole. We'll get the pole rest out if not. And hopefully we'll get
Give
a few
me
bites.
some credit.
No, I think you'll be all right. Well, we're here to record it, so whatever goes on, they're going to know, aren't they? There's no getting away with it. So it looks like it's all right. It's just a pity about the weather being so cold, but it's fishing. That's what it's about. So anyway, we'll get back to you shortly. While Zsolt's just doing a bit of camera work, fair play to him. It's a lot of work. I know I do rip him a new one, but let me tell you something. He rips me a new one as well. I'm just adjusting his ground bait a little bit because it was a little bit dry. So what I want him to do is try and use these punches as well. I don't think ground bait, you will need to put a bit of ground bait in here today and then the match tomorrow, depending on where we draw, just for the skimmers and the tench. And sometimes those eyed. I was on here last week in the qualifier and I put a reasonable amount of ground bait in. Nice at that, Zsolt. So we got our Thatcher's green and Super Crush green there, but I've just dampened it off enough so you can get those punches, put it in there like that, and then push that out. It comes out like a little pellet. And if you're a little bit confused, they're brilliant, honestly. Them little punches, you can get the bigger ones as well, but if you just want it so it sticks together like that. It was a little bit dry, but that's bang on that. And you can crumble it down, you can put a little, it's like an 8mm, 10mm pellet really. It's a great way of fishing these little canal lakes. I've just spilt some casters on your side tray, by the way. Accident.
Oh, thank you to making the mess for me, Desmond.
That's right, I thought it just looked a bit clean.
Ah,
Right, now concentrate now, because this is important, because tomorrow You've got to be
Yes.
on it, right? Because
Yeah.
if you qualify, I might buy you your tea. In fact, if you do qualify, I will buy you your tea.
Okay, guys, did you hear that?
Yeah, I will do. I always, I'm quite soft at heart, and I might have got some water on that thing actually.
What thing?
That thing you just plugged in that GoPro.
It's fine.
That was it. That's right.
Yeah.
But if you get electrocuted, I'm not responsible. Just putting it out there. Right.
Lovely.
So we're starting. Right, the two 10-metre lines. So that's 2 joints off your 13. We're going to be putting a little ball of ground bait in, a little bit of loose, and a few pinkies on each line. All right, so we're going to feed that straight away. So start of the match, if it was a match situation.
Right.
I don't know if we're going to catch
You
on
did
it.
feed already, isn't it?
No.
No, you didn't.
No,
You said that you're going to feed for me.
So you want to come back, take your 2 joints off, don't you, first off, because you're too far out. So think about what you're going to do first off. So 2 joints off. That's because you hit the fence behind you. That's what that is. He's just clobbered the fence with the pole.
Right.
Right, so we know that's 10 metres, yeah?
Yes.
So we're going to put a little ball, literally the size of a walnut. No, the size of a walnut. That's it. A little bit of
What?
loose. What are you doing with that?
Show
No,
to
not
show
too
to the
hard. You
camera.
want it to break down pretty quick. You don't want it like plasticine. Whoa, whoa, whoa. That's it.
Right.
That's it. A little bit of loose.
Yeah.
And
Right.
then like sort of 20, 30 pinkies. Do you want to count them? No, no.
One,
No, come on, get out there. So you got to remember now where you've plumbed up, the length and the far side. Well, where you're basically fishing.
Here.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Yeah, I'll let you off it. Yeah, go on then.
Yes, 100%.
Right, get it in. Same to the left. I'm not sure whether we're fishing. I'm not sure, but we've got to do something. Do you know what I mean? Because on some of this lake, you will catch on that line. It will be difficult, but another little ball, just a little one. Hardly anything. And then to me, that little bit of loose, it just creates a little bit of an error on the bottom. It's hardly anything, but you don't need a lot of ground bit on this.
It's just hard to believe that tiny amount of...
No, it's like that. Bitter wells like it as well.
Right.
You can put a big dose in. It doesn't work on here at all. I fished this lake on and off for a long time. Now, put your joints back on.
Oh, yeah.
Think about it. Because you know you're going over. Now, that 11-metre line, you know the one at the bottom of the shell,
Yes.
we'll leave that because we'll probably just loose feed, and we can always tap a few maggots on that as we're fishing over. Now, you want a little cad pot? Got a little caddy?
No.
I'll get my
No.
cad pots out.
And we're going to start to fish on
You've
the
got to
13
sort
meter.
you, on a serious note, once we finish today, you've got to have a bit of a sort out.
Yeah.
'Cause
But we're
tomorrow-
definitely not going to record that one.
Huh?
We're not going to record that sort out part.
No, we're not going to sort that. We're not going to record that. That gets gone forever. We ain't got time. So oh, what was that?
Single pinky, does he?
No, we're not. We've got to put a thing on first. You are. Bring that round. It's like, honestly, it's like going back to school. Let's have a thing. So we're going to put like, we've got a little lid. We won't put a lid because we want to put a tiny bit of ground bait in to start with. No, put your pinkies in first, like 15, 20. And then just cap a tiny little,
It was 17, is all right?
yeah, just a tiny little bit like that.
Okay.
So I've just put a little tiny bit of ground bait. So his pinkies in first and the ground bait stops them coming out. It's just to put a little bit of smell in the water and it might just get us a quick bite. Now, obviously while Zsolt's doing that, he's got to be full on concentration because it's going to be a hard match, this. That's it. What have you put on there? Yeah, that's about, a little bit further if you remember. Taj, that's it. Right, put your cup in the water in, tap it out. What have we got? We ain't got no hook bait on there.
Oh, yeah.
You alright?
Yeah.
You didn't forget to put that bit on, did you?
Try to save
I'll do
something.
a catapult in a minute as well. Right, double fluoro pinky. Now, obviously, you've got that 13 metre line down there as well, haven't you?
Yes.
So you've got to remember, we might just loose feed that.
Okay.
It save us time of going down over the pot, potting in, where we can just ping a few pinkies down there. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You might have to adjust that elastic a bit, that new elastic. Have you put any blue gunge on it?
It's okay.
No, go on. Don't worry about it. I'll sort it out in a minute. So anyway, we're going to start fishing now. So he's fed 2 10-metre lines with a tiny little bit of ground bait, because this venue, they do love ground bait. In the summer you can feed a lot more, but in the winter they can be very tricky. So we're fishing on that shelf. It's quite a difficult little peg, this one, because the shelf is sort of crumbled away over there. But that is what happens on a lot of these lakes. So obviously little 4B10 XF. What have you got on there?
4B10 F1XS.
F1XS. Nice, they sit really well.
Does he? Can you please have a look at the camera that is my float is in the frame? Is it any
Well, I
chance
can see it.
Is there any chance that you can do it?
Have
yeah,
you not
but
got one of those Mission Impossible cameras where you can have it on your glasses?
no.
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 Right.
But I'm
I'm
afraid we
want
don't
to be walking about.
I'm afraid we don't have
I
budget
don't really
for
want
that.
to be walking about too much because it'll mess the fishing up.
And is it
Let's have a look.
is it Sayrak?
Oh well, I can see your pole. Does it say what?
Is it Sayrak? Recording.
Record, yeah.
Lovely.
I wouldn't worry about it too much. I think we're going to have to be very patient for a while. I'm not going to lie. But that's what we've done. Obviously, he's fishing that shelf at the moment, which I think is probably going to be a nice little area to catch the eyed. And possibly, you never know, you might catch an odd skimmer, but I think most of it will be eyed on that line. But we've got to look after the other lines, Zsolt. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Not too much, but the catapult is where, one, you don't lose time, and two, it makes a little bit of an area on the bottom.
Yeah.
But you're not going to be catapulting loads.
Bowl it in.
Sorry?
Bowl it in.
No balling in here, mate. Get told off. Just sit there patient. It's going to be a lot of patient fishing. So we'll get back to you in a bit, and hopefully we'll have a fish on. Good news, ladies and gentlemen. Good news. Keep the top kit down. You might have to adjust your... Do you know when I said to you about setting your rollers up higher than what you actually think? Because to keep that top kit down.
Yeah.
So he's into his first fish. Let me get the keep net, because I ain't got the keep net in. We're going to put a keep net in today, see what he's caught. Hang on, let me get your pole out of the way. So he's... Go on then, Zsolt, you can talk.
Am I? I'm concentrating to catching a fish. That's a nice side.
That's a nice side, yeah. Show the public. I think that's going to be your bread and butter fish tomorrow. How are we looking for a keep net holder?
Here you go.
Oh, you want it the other way? Oh, trust you to go and get it that way around. Yeah, great. Stick it in. I'll sort it out in a minute.
Oh, not
No,
like that.
You've got to drop it in nicely.
Yeah.
Go on then.
I remember. It's gonna be hard to remember tomorrow on the match.
You can sort that out later.
Actually, it's here on. I can put it on the other side.
Absolutely bitterly cold. Sorry?
I can put here on the other side.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Go on then. Let's do that before you go back out. So that's good. You've had a bite. That's the whole, you know.
I had a fish.
That is the thing. We've got about 10 minutes, I reckon. So it's looking not too bad for a few bites. It's going to be tricky. I'm trying to get Zsolt to loose feed that right hand line. And just look after the other lines, whether that's catapulting or like tapping a bit in. It's going to be very, very tricky. So, what was that on double pinky?
Yes, double fluoro pinky.
So, I've just got him to put a little cab pot on with a lid on, and then he's going to show you what we done, which made a bite, basically. Little bit of noise. Them eyed, well, lots of fish, not just eyed. They love a bit of noise. And
2 pinkies. 15, 20 in the pots.
15 to 20 pinkies. Try not to spin them on the way out this time.
Yeah, not like last time. No, I just thought that, you know, I put too much pinkies in the pot. That's why
That's right.
I just get rid of some.
Yeah, but I think it'd be, I think most of the thing is tomorrow you're going to have to catch eyed, especially early in the match. But it will be hard, let me tell you. No, that's it. Go on, give it. So we're making a bit of noise. Let's just spread them out a little bit, Zsolt. So go to the right a bit. That's it. And then drop that in. Yeah, lift your rig right out and drop it in it. That's it. So we'll get into it in a minute. He's only just started, so nice to get a bite, to be fair, considering the conditions are absolutely horrible. And then I want him to pick the catapult up and catapult that other line. It just saves messing. And obviously it is a silverfish match, so loose feeding is really important. You know, keep the other line ticking over.
That was a bit short.
That was, yeah, a bit short, and I put about 3 meters to the right. Get quite aggressive with the catty. That's it. So that's what we're going to be doing. We're going to be ticking over like that, concentrating on this line. Obviously, you've got your two sort of deeper lines. And I just want him to get into catapulting, because catapulting can be really, really important. But obviously, got to try and keep it... Oh, was that a bite then?
No, that was me.
Oh. Try and keep it accurate. What I don't want him is bait flying all over the shop, because that ain't no good either.
Oh, it's going to happen sooner or later.
Yeah, I know, but I don't really want that, especially when you're only fishing for the odd bite.
Do you think that tomorrow that warmer wind going to push the fish to the other side?
No, I don't think so. No, I don't think so. There's a lot of carp down that end of the lake at the moment. So
we don't want to draw there?
Well, there is silvers all over this lake, but you don't really want to be hooking loads of carp if you can help it. And I don't think there's a lot you can do about it. You just got to go through the pain of that. Because your next bite can be a, you know, it can be a tench, could be an eyed, can be a skimmer, big perch. You really don't know. Like yesterday's match, by the way, was one with 23 pound. It actually fished a bit harder than when me and Zsolt walked round.
Yeah, that pack produced 23
pounds. That was the
pounds.
mid-match, and there was quite a few silvers come out. That, speaking to the guys after, it did slow down. So I reckon tomorrow will be rough. I reckon you'll want between 18 and 23 pound to win it tomorrow.
Okay.
So it's going to be tricky, and you don't need many fish for that.
No, it's not a lot of bite.
30 fish, maybe. So be hard. You have to be patient, wait for a bite, think about your other lines, thinking about what you're feeding.
How often would you feed the other lines?
Every 10 minutes or so.
Okay.
Not all the time. You've got to remember that like, I think we'd have to start probably loose feeding this a little bit, but not as much. Like 10 pinkies, or
yeah.
You know what I mean?
I'm not sure that with that wind I can catapult the pinkies over there.
No, and it might be worse tomorrow. So you might have to work a lot harder with the little pot. You know, tap some in on the line before you going out and things like that. But that bite was just out of the blue. Just literally dunked straight under.
But at least it was like a proper bite.
Yeah, a proper bite, wasn't it?
Even I can see it.
I am holding the camera the right way this time, ladies and gentlemen. I got told off. Now he's into another one. Now we haven't been going for long, but the line that we've actually not even potted anything, just loose fed, is the best line. He's missed, and you do miss bites off these crafty little eyed. But it's lovely fishing, little rigs. No, Zsolt, you've never really done it. So, but it's nice fishing. You've just got to get into like catapulting. You know, not too many, and trying to get it where he's fishing, rather than like, he has had a couple of mishaps where the pinkers have gone 2 or 3 meters to the right. But yeah, little strung out rigs, double pinky. But it's a lovely day actually. It's absolutely bitterly cold, but it's nice when it's nice and still. It's a bit windier down there. Surprised there's a few pleasure anglers today. Right, Zolt, we just tap. That's it. He's catapulting on the way out. Not too many, like 10 or 15. A bit like canal fishing, like back in the day when you were fishing for roach on the Kettenhaven Canal. And they are. Look at that. Now, I've told him now to also ping a few out on this line. Because, like, if you remember, he's plumbed up. He's basically plumbed up about here. He's also plumbed up there. So if some of the pinkies land short, we've got a rig made up. So he's got the rig made up for that deeper water, and he's got the same rig to use about here. So there's quite a lot going on, but that's why we've done this Coaching The Un-Coachable on this sort of venue, because there's a lot of it goes on.
Fishing is a bit remind me of old Berry Hill.
Yeah.
It's very similar. Like you're constantly doing something.
Yeah, you've got to work. You've got to
Yeah.
work really hard. There's a lot of people don't do it. Let's see if we can get another. See if we can get a bite on the. I can't see it. Lift your pole up a bit. I don't know if I can see his float. It's dotted down so much now. He's well into this dotted down stuff. I can see it without. I can't see
Otherwise,
it.
you're telling me off.
Oh, there he is. I got him. That's some camera work, that, let me tell you. Get in. That on an iPhone. See if we can. There's not many bites. Like, lift and drop again, Zolt. No, too fast. Lethargic. Go on, out a bit further. Up, right down. You get quite a few bites lifting and dropping on here. So yeah, he's doing all right. I've had a few bites, and then obviously trying to just keep the other lines. Loose feeding is good, but obviously we're out of the wind. It might be a bit trickier tomorrow if it's windier. But he's doing brilliant. Nice little setup, nice elastics. Double pinky. To be honest, I can't really see us fishing with maggots at all. I think it'll be a pinky day even tomorrow. Oh, hello. Yeah, no, I don't know if you caught that. Little tiny fish, I think. The bite was pathetico, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Where's his pole? Where's his pole? Whoa, here he comes. Sorry about that camera work. I've just gone from being a good cameraman to absolutely rubbish. I don't know what that is. It might be a roach. Oh, you can swing him, Zolt.
Can I?
Yeah. Banned. So yeah, we're going to keep going at that. It's all looking good. Well done, mate.
Nah. Let me back to the box.
Hang on a minute. Just hold fire. Or at least I can catch a fish today. See, like now, if I sat there for like that, I'd have to catapult now, right? Because them eyed, and not just eyed, lots of fish, F1s. Oh,
What
windy,
you doing? Hold the pole in one
You need your
place.
eyes skylining me now. You're going to ruin it.
Oh, someone is on my driveway. Who is it?
Probably your missus.
I hope so.
It's either that or a double glazing salesman. Yes.
Nicely done,
And
Desmond.
also, Zolt, when you catapult like 8 or 10 pinkies like that, sometimes do it twice. Do you know what I mean? So you get double
Double bubble.
bubble like that. And obviously, I know that we got that line down the middle, 10 metres. It's quite a lot to take, you know.
It's a lot of
you're
swim
just
to.
plonking a bit of bait in here or there. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. It's a lot of swim to keep in your mind.
It is, but the trouble is if you don't do it in the winter on these sort of venues, you know, it's all well and good when they're feeding and the fishing's brilliant, but when it's not, you know, when it's rock hard, you've got to try and find the fish sometimes. Are you sure it looks like a red pinky?
No, I think I put fluoro.
Oh, it doesn't look like a fluoro pinky to me.
You can change it if you want.
Where are you fishing in line with that hut? The corner of that hut?
Yeah,
isn't
the
it?
corner of
That's it.
Yeah, exactly.
It's very difficult to try and. Oh yeah.
Go
It's
on,
lush,
Bobby.
isn't it? When you just get a bite like that. Now we've adjusted Zolt's rollers as well because that's the whole point of having a height or a role that you can get up high is to keep that top kit down like that. So that top kit's like, you know, a foot off the water, so you don't want it high. I've adjusted his back roller up even higher. It's really important. That's lush fishing, that, isn't it?
That's lovely fishing.
And let me tell you something, they weigh.
They chunky than you
They
think,
are
isn't
chunky.
it?
Was it? No, look, 2 red pinkies.
Is it red?
Yeah, God, how cold is them fish, man? Shall I have one
Probably
more?
like me.
So what would... Right, and let me get you back on.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Adjust this
Desmond.
elastic a bit so it's not sticking out, because we renewed that yesterday. Do you want me to put 2 floor pinkies on?
I can put on the pinkies, thank you,
Well,
Desmond.
no, let me do it, because I'd like
Just
actually...
give me some credit, please.
Well, no, I ain't give you some credit, but I'm just saying that you said they were floors and they were red.
Yeah, I remember wrong. Can happen.
Look at that. Them looks are lush, aren't they?
Oh.
I like them looks. Right, what's going on here? Make sure I ain't going out in the lake. Right, so carry on doing what we're doing. So what we're doing, because we found a little area where we know there's a few fish. That area there, we obviously loose feeding, like that, perfect. But the other area where we started, we didn't have a bite. We ain't just dismissing that. I'm getting him to tap.
Should I tap that one again in the 10-meter line?
11.
Or 11, sorry.
He's got to remember all these bits and pieces.
Too many numbers.
No, it's not. You've got to just think about it. While you're fishing, you've got to think about it. So I'm getting him to tap that with a pot. So that's the bottom of the shelf. It's just putting a little bit of bait in these little places. And when you're fishing for silvers, you don't like F1 fishing. A lot of F1 fishing in the winter is basically just starting a new line without priming it. With these sort of fish, I think you need to prime it, leave it, go on it. You know, when you're catching fish like Zsolt is on that line, you want to be concentrating on that. Yeah, look at that, look. So building it up, and that's what we're looking for. It's brilliant. Now, if he gets
love
really
that
good at
fishing.
this, right, as you hook one, you then pick a catapult up and fire like 10 fingers over the
Good
top.
joke.
That's when you know he's made it. But it's great fishing considering the condition. No, because it's a barbless hook, we're not going to bother with that. Just get the fish out, so. Because every single one of these will be crucial tomorrow. Let me tell you, the weights here in the last week or so, since it's gone cold, have been so close. Yeah, ridiculous. Like £3 will get you from 6th to 1st. And £3 is probably 6 or 8 fish. Had a bite, it was quicker bite on double fluoro as well, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So yeah, brilliant fishing. So that's what we're doing. It's obviously, you've got the 2 10-metre ones. We've put a bit of ground bait in. So what you're doing for it is quite technical. I'm getting into loose feed one of those, not really bothered about the other one. Then the line in front of us. So you've got the bottom of the shelf. If you remember when he plumbed up, you've got that like quite a nasty shelf. We got one just at the bottom of that, probably that far off the bottom of the shelf. One at the top of it, which is the same depth we're fishing at the moment, and we're just looking after those lines. That's perfect what he's doing. I couldn't do that better if I tried.
Thank you, Desmond.
Possibly a little bit better. It's going to be good, but he needs now to get into this for tomorrow.
We haven't fed the left-hand side.
Don't worry about it. I'm not bothered.
Okay.
We put a little bit of ground bait in there, right? So we have sort of done it. This one's going to be over on his Tipex mark now.
Yes.
You've got to work hard. There's so many people I see just really like, it's like they can't be bothered. That bite was on the drop as well, wasn't it?
Yeah.
No, I think that's that loose feeding. Really important that you know, if you sit there for a little bit, pick a catty up. Conditions obviously will make a big difference tomorrow. You might not be able to loose feed pinkies on some of it because it's quite wide.
Do you think that tomorrow the temperature rise up a lot? Is it
No, I don't think it's going to help.
placed in our favour?
Oh, look at that. Let's see that little tiny bite.
Yeah.
I think it'll help because it's going to be a bit overcast.
But much more windy as well, isn't
Yeah,
it?
no, not that bad. It's going to be fishable. It's not going to be horrendous. Oh, look at that. There's some fish there, mate. Beautiful, that. Well done, Zsolt. It's lush, that. Brilliant fishing.
I love it.
If you can do that, you can do anything, let me tell you. And what a job you got, anyway. You are fishing and being paid.
Yeah, but
But what?
the
Go
downside...
on, tell us.
The downside, I have to do it with you.
Oh, I can always get Adam Rumble to come out and film it like he did on the first one.
I did ask him, actually.
And what'd he say?
He didn't want to
He's not
see you.
interested, is he?
No. No, he's retired. He's not interested in
He's
fishing.
in love. That's the problem with Adam Rumble. He's in love. He's in love with his fitness. That's the problem with him.
Yeah, he's going to the gym too
Right,
much.
come on, concentrate. It's good fishing, that. Now, what have we been going? About an hour.
An hour and...
It's taken half an hour to get our first bite, which doesn't, and we've had our first bite down the peg.
It did
not in
start
front.
slow.
Very, and that will be the same tomorrow. I fished here a week or so ago on a match, and I don't fish it very often. And it took me 45 minutes to get a bite.
Oh, that was
That's,
bad.
see, that
That
is
was
an
the
absolute
wind.
no-no to me. Go on, do it again, because you've now made the eye go 4 meters down your peg. That's what you've got to concentrate on massively. That's it. Bit different when the fish are feeding, because you can get away with it, but when they're not really having a go. So we're going to carry on. I'm going to turn the cameras off because we've got problems with batteries. So I hope you've enjoyed that little bit. That was good. I like that. See you in a bit. Look at that. There's a full concentration. The Hungarian master is bagging. Nice eyed here at Acorn Fishery. He's actually catching more than anyone else now. I don't know how that's possible, but look at that. Lovely.
That's a lovely size.
It is. Go on, Zsolt, have him. What size hook you got on, Zsolt? 16, isn't it? You didn't even put it on, I put it on for you. I got 16 XFS, the new ones. They are absolutely needle sharp, let me tell you. So we're doing all right. It's a bit messy, oh, look at it. He's just got stuff everywhere. To be fair, he's got cameras. That's a good eye, that is, Zsolt. So we're doing all right. Big day tomorrow, match day, but we're catching.
What you having, geezer?
I'm not sure, geez. It's got fighting a little bit. It's fighting a little bit.
Fighting.
He's having a scrapper do, isn't it? There might be a... Oh, hello. What's that, Zsolt?
If you're catching a tench, I'm gonna kill you.
I'll tell you what. No. Oh, it's a great big roach. Look at him, mind. Nice roach, that, isn't it?
That's lovely roach. Okay, Desmond, now it's my turn.
No, not yet. Right, that 10 metre line. Oh, look at that, I can throw pinkies on that. What a hero.
Come on, geezer, we're running.
I know. Right, you're going to need a little pot on the end of there.
Flipping freezing.
Yeah, I know. A joke, innit? It's actually colder than what I thought it was going to be today. Right, you're right. Might a little pot on there. Lid. That's an F1 kit, geez. It's an F1 kit. Go on then, geez. What's your pole, geez? I've got to go wee. The cow's looking. Whew, bloody freezing.
It's cold, Desmond.
Go on, geez. Get your loose feed going as well. Mine on that other line still. Because then, you know, even what we do, whatever we do, you've got to look after those other lines. You can come back a tad's mine with your pole because you remember, it was like a snooker table, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I don't think you want to fish I don't think you want to fish right up to that ledge. I don't like doing that. I like to fish a little bit back
Slightly
from
off.
it. No, it's not a bite, is it? It might be because you dropped your rig in a bit funny. You dropped it in a clump. Ah, that's my sort of dotted down.
Have you got a bit of grease?
No, that's perfect. That's my rig, isn't it?
Yeah, that's
I
your.
like that.
Yeah, but I can't see, and the camera
Yeah, you might have to put
definitely
a little
can't
bit
see
of float
anything.
grease on that, to be fair. So Zolt's just dropped down in the deeper water. Oh, hello, bubble.
Double bubble.
We have got that is dotted down to an absolute, well, yeah, it's exceptionally dotted down that. So this is at the bottom of the, hello, was that a bite?
Yeah.
Oh, that's right then. So this is probably about another, I would say, 18 inches deeper, which is the actual bed of the lake, if you like. And I think tomorrow, oh, that was a bite on the drop then, Zot. What was you looking at then? So definitely, we've had a nice few hours, to be fair. It is absolutely bitterly cold. It's fished better than what I thought it was going to fish. I thought it was going to be really like, hello, yes. Nice though, isn't it? I think having a nice little plan like this tomorrow for Zsolt is we're fishing, depending on where we draw, obviously. But having a line, we'll put a little bit of have you got any float grease, Zsolt?
No, I
I
don't.
think you would have. I've only got yellow, but that'll be all right. That's another hide, isn't it? We've had a big roach as well, which was nice. I've had a couple of little roach. But I think if we're going to catch any skimmers or tench, which we might have to fish for tomorrow if we don't draw where there's some hide, we might have to put keep topping up with ground bait. But I think having that line on that shelf, having the line below that shelf in the deep water is nice because you can loose feed over both and find out where the fish are. Just put a bit of float grease on, Zsolt, because it is like dotted down. Yeah. Just dink it in like.
It's way too much dotted down for my liking.
I got my orange one. Someone stole me orange, probably you, last time we went out. Whoa, don't put it like so it's on the body as well. God. Come on, get out there, because it's good fishing. And then loose feed. The best line at the start of the session was been to the right where we just loose fed.
It's definitely loose feeding makes a huge
difference. I
difference.
think tomorrow for Zsolt, we got to look after that little bit of ground bait. We've not gone on it yet, whether we get time or not. We can't film everything because we just run out of battery, and it's obviously quite technical because you've got several lines going, and he's got to remember all this tomorrow. I just hope it ain't really windy because that'll mess it up really. But there's a lot to take in on these little venues. So this is, like I said, this is at the bottom of the shelf. We know we can go from 11 back to sort of 10 really, because it's exactly the same depth. And so I think them fish, as the day goes on, I think they'll drop back in the deeper water when they've been caught a bit. There's not so many about. But keeping like them lines just ticking over, I think it's going to be absolute. Unless it's windy, then I think you're going to have less options.
I'm just hoping that we're going to draw somewhere where the 13 meter is going to be enough.
Well,
I don't really want to fish longer than 13.
It's what it is, though. You have to get your pole roost out, and you've got to bite the bullet and do it, mate. It's as simple as that. Loose feeding might not even be an option tomorrow if it's really windy.
Depends where we're going to draw.
Yeah, well, no, that obviously. But it's nice. Little rigs, fishing nice and light. Pinkies on the hook. We've not really put maggots on. I think it's just going to be a case of... The nice thing about it is there's not many small fish in, so you're not, even with pinkies, you're not getting loads and loads of little fish.
We get a couple of roach, but not like a micro ones.
No, they're all right.
Yeah.
And when you're trying to catch 15, 20 pound, every fish is going to be crucial. There's going to be a lot of waiting for your bites. I think trying to you know, getting the fish feeding and getting loads and loads of bites isn't going to happen either today or tomorrow.
Yeah, it even started slow today, and tomorrow that the lake is gonna be full.
I think a lot of people won't get a bite for at least 45 minutes. I don't think. I think the fish will be there, just sat there, not bothered, and then all of a sudden they'll have a bit of a feed. There's meant to be a bit of rain. Looks like the clouds building up now. It's a bit of, unbelievably, we've had like a -2. It's now going to rain later on today, and then it's forecast warming up. There's obviously a different low front coming in, which happens a lot in our winters now. Sometimes you can get lucky, sometimes not so lucky on the weather.
I hope we're gonna get lucky tomorrow because my camera doesn't like the rain.
Yeah. Jamie's filming tomorrow, isn't he?
Yeah.
So we got Jamie coming down all the way from Ipswich tomorrow to film Zsolt and me, and he's going to get told off because, like, skylining is not an option tomorrow, let me tell you. I think he will be told to get down. He'll have to have his knee brace on tomorrow. He'll have to walk around on his knees. So you've had 2 fish there, haven't we? You had a big roach and that eyed, but not loads of bites.
No.
Just come back to that 10-metre line, Zsolt. Take that one joint off. Remember the 10-metre line. Just see if anything, because we put a little ball. We should have probably topped that up with ground bait, to be fair. Take the section off, mate. You can't fish like that.
Why?
No. You can't strike properly when you've got a big section behind you like that.
Anyway, I can't strike properly.
And then that's smashing it into the ground.
Should I try to loose feed there?
No, I think you've done a bit of that, haven't you? Let's just see if there's anything. I've seen no bubbles coming up or anything. And normally, even when it's rock hard, you get an odd little bubble come up where you might get a skimmer there, or even the eyed. They've only got to touch that silt. But this is what you might be doing late in the match, do you know what I mean? Trying to catch an odd big skimmer. It's not a great area for skimmers, though, Zsolt, this. Not really.
Okay.
Not in the winter.
Where do we want to sit for skimmers, Desmond?
No, I'm not worried about that. I just want to sit where the fish are. I mean, listen, them skimmers, they're not. They are in, you know, up to our left in the deeper water up there. That can be really, really good for skimmers. But I don't think you won't catch many tomorrow.
Okay.
You catch 3 or 4, that'd be pretty good, to be fair. There's loads in here. They're just not feeding at the moment.
That 10-metre line, it doesn't look...
No, but you've got to wait, mate. Honestly, it is like that. Sometimes you just don't think it's ever going to go under, and then wallop, you get a couple of fish. You've got to be very, very patient. But he's done really, really well. It's going to be it'll probably be one of the hardest matches. He's obviously fished on a pole. 4 silvers. And it will be hard for a lot of people tomorrow. It was to me last week or a week or so ago. Really tough going, but then keep working at it. Like now, he needs to pick a catapult up now. Zsolt, feed them other lines. You can't just sit there. You've got to try and build something up, even though the bites are, you know, hard to come across. So both of those lines, catapult them across on that 3.5, 4 foot line. You know, there you go, look, see? That's what it's like. But honestly, to try and get a bite quicker is so difficult in that deep water. But tomorrow, you will have to sit there and you'll just think, it ain't going to happen, and you get a bite, and it could be a 2-pound bream. Am I in the way of the camera? What's that, another hide? Yeah.
Yeah.
So, do you know what I mean? At least you've actually had 2 bites on that. You just think, oh, there's nothing there, and there is. You just got to wait. And the problem is, you think, oh, if I'd have put like 2 or 3 big balls of ground bait in there, it ain't that sort of venue. It's proper strange.
Yeah, not
I'm
like that.
fast, don't you throw that? He's sackable offence, that. Right, so tap in a few more pinkies on that. See if we can get another bite on.
That's going to be a nice coaching uncoachable.
Sacked.
Disqualified.
That'd be brilliant. That would make some proper views, that. Zsolt, but disqualified from Coaching The Un-Coachable.
Break all of the...
It's hard, isn't it? It's good. It's good. I'll tell you what this is. It's frustratingly good.
Des, you know what I'm gonna do now?
No, don't get messing. No, what are you doing? What are you doing? Don't get messing about with it. No, just tap in pinkies in it. Because no, you don't need to mess about with it. This is the problem with him, ladies and gentlemen. He just goes off. He thinks he's back on the river. No, we don't need to do that.
Just try.
No, it will not work. That's why you're doing it with me. I do know this venue. You won't listen. If you want to put ground bait in, right, you put ground bait in, get away from it. Honestly, it's proper weird. Let's try it. No, there's a time to do that, and it ain't at the moment. If you go and catch a 4 pound tench now, you'll be like, oh my God. Well, come on then, you're falling asleep now. What was that in there? Was there anything in there?
Yeah.
Oh.
Was, I think.
Right, catapult. This is what you guys as well watching, you've got to be doing this, like catapulting, like especially for silverfish as well. If it weren't for that catapult today, his fishing would have been nowhere near as good. Well, that was, yeah, it's not really what we wanted, that.
Was a bit
I'm
short.
not gonna lie. Yeah, by about 4 metres. That's all right. I'd rather have it too long on here than too short. Just pop back out onto that 11 metre line. So put a little ball in now. Put a little ball in on that pot. You know what? A little ball like the size of a walnut in there. You can use your little cab pot for that. And then just nip out to your 11 metre line at the bottom of the shelf. No, a little ball, I said.
That's a little one.
No, not in here. And
It is on the Danube.
whoa, steady, steady. Concentrate. Right, then stick your joint on, see if you can nick a fish on that 11 metre line, then we'll go back on your 4.5.
Don't forget to adjust the lens.
Bit of loose. Oh, yes.
Desmond, you are the cameraman
don't
today.
tell me. Where's your pole? There you go. Hang on, ladies and gentlemen, you watch this for a bit of camera work. Oh, hello.
Don't forget the switch on the lens.
I'm going to now. There we go. Let's press play. Yep. Hang on, let's press it again. I think we're done.
Desi, I know it's a difficult
That's
question.
how quick that was. Hang on, see if it's in focus.
Bottom of the screen.
No, I've done it.
On the bottom of the screen.
Yeah, it says
is a numbers. What it says?
150. F90.
Yes. And
plus 00.
plus 00.
ISO
Perfect.
100.
Desmond, perfect.
I know. Like, you don't have to tell me.
Exposition is perfect.
I know more about his cameras than what you think. I thought there might be a few more fish at the bottom of that slope, really.
Yeah.
But I think every... See that little bubble then?
Yeah. Yeah. That's going to be my tench. Isn't it, Desmond?
But make no mistake, Zsolt, tomorrow there will be a lot of this waiting for a bite, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And sometimes there ain't a lot you can do to actually speed it up. But apart from, you're going to have to pick that catty up. Even now, I'd be on the catty again now, feeding those other 2 long lines. And I know that's a lot of, like, I know you've got to...
It's always when I pick up the catty.
Get a bit of wind. Well, look, make the most of it, because I think it's going to be windier tomorrow. That's better. Tomorrow, probably wouldn't be better catapult, be so windy.
Come on, Desmond, where is my tinker?
In the van. Have you got any food?
No.
Oh. I thought you might have brought a chocky bar.
No, I did have a brekkie in the hotel, that's all.
No, I didn't. I've had nothing. I'm starving.
Oh, poor
I
you.
have to go and get a bar of chocolate in a minute.
And for me too?
See, I think if we're up to the left-hand side in that bay, I think we've got to like probably concentrate over ground bait a lot more for the bigger skimmers. And that will be really patient fishing, that. You know, fishing on your ground bait, just past your ground bait, because you're fishing in like a bigger, wider area.
Yeah.
Not really happening, that, is it?
No.
I reckon get your big pot, bring that back, get your big pot and put not a massive handful, but a nice little handful of pinkies in.
Okay.
No ground bait, just neat pinkies.
Just neat pinkies.
And then we'll go over on that 4 foot line. So let's just watch him do that. See how many he's actually going to put in. He gets a bit carried away with bait, old Zsolt does. Even though it's freezing cold.
You know I like to feed.
Actually, no, a bit more than that.
More than that?
Yeah.
Gosh. Like that?
That's it, yeah. Then obviously we'll go back over, have a few, and then we'll have a go on that. So, see you in a minute. Well, we've had a quick catch up. I think for the camera side of things, we've probably left that middle line 10 metres. He did top it up, and there's one thing for certain. Here today, where we are, you cannot top it up with ground bait and go straight on it. So we've had a couple of fish off that 11 metre line. He's now feeding the ducks.
Get off.
That was not good timing, mate, when there's a shoal of ducks going past. So we're just going to have a quick go on them 13 metre lines, just to see if we can finish off with a fish.
It's definitely that was
You've got
the
the
best
goats
line
fired up
today.
as well now.
Isn't it, Des?
I don't know, hopefully you'll get a bite straight away. Nice just to finish up on one, and that's what we're going to have to be doing tomorrow. Well, let's see where we draw and make a decision. Are you sure you picked up the right rig?
Huh? Yeah.
No.
No? Yeah.
Yes, you have, sorry. I just looked like the 4B.
Gosh.
Looked like you had the 4B12 on there. I think tomorrow's out, you're going to have to fish 4B14s on some of it because of the wind and the depth. It's a bit shallower there than quite a lot of the pegs on this venue. I think, though, thinking about what's happened, I think when these pegs go, we got to put ground bait in, because even for those it seems to help bring a few back, doesn't it? Especially when it's sort of getting late on and you're struggling like hell to get a
Definitely didn't
bite.
do any harm.
No, definitely not.
Go on there.
It's just like they've melted away, doesn't it? It feels like now, if anything, you want to put a 14.5 metre piece on and go down your peg out of the way of everything.
Yeah.
Which is a bit more technical in, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like if you're on the back end of your loose feed, but we didn't plumb up down there because it's a long way to fish.
Desi, are we gonna finish without fish?
I don't know. Oh no. Oh,
Oh no.
and that camera's not even on the float, mind.
No.
Do you want me to do it?
Yeah.
I just thought about that. Trying to not. The thing is, I'm moving around as well, which doesn't help today. There's no point. Oh yeah, you're on the 30 metre piece. Right, hang on then. Let me get this right. Smack in the middle. That on that. That on that. And back again. Done. Right, come on then.
Come on.
That was I reckon that was a liner.
It was a very quick bite.
But isn't it frustrating though when you get that?
Oh yeah.
You know, you're working so hard to get your bites, a lot harder than what it was earlier actually. So the start's been really difficult. The mid time's been pretty good.
Yeah. But now
It's got harder at the end as it's gone on, which you'd think it'd be the other way around. You think it would get better.
yeah, you would think that it's just getting better as
the
you're going
lights
on
drop.
them.
Just go down your peg a bit, reach out a little bit, Zoe, right to the
Hold
end
on.
of the pole. Yeah, put the dolly on and just go down a little bit, not much, just see if there's a couple hanging off the back of that feed. Just like half that dolly, because obviously we haven't plumbed up there, just have a bit of a, just have a look. Probably should have plumbed up there for that, just in case, but
Yeah. One thing,
Quite a lot to take in as it is, isn't it?
yeah, but one thing I definitely should do tomorrow,
Yeah,
just to have a look.
Depend on the wind. So is now I got to adjust the camera again.
Yeah, definitely we won't have that much room tomorrow to fish.
No chance.
Because literally now I'm fishing opposite the other peg,
Have a
isn't
quick go. I'll tell you what, Zsolt, it's not. We'd have had a bite. Have a go on that one in front of you. Just that on the Tipex mark. Take that dolly. Oh, you can leave it on for. It's nearly game over now, anyway, isn't it? See if we can just nick one on there. Bear in mind, this is the time of the match finishing now. So this is when you would be finished just about coming up the finishing.
it? Oh, okay.
This is when you'd be like literally praying
For one more bite.
yeah, possibly.
Yeah, just go on there one more time, please.
Yeah, with a £3 bream on or a
Oh.
£3 perch. And I'm sure there will be areas tomorrow with an odd big fish in.
What we put last time on the 11 meter, the not grumbait, the
No,
pinkies.
just the pinkies in
Pinkies, isn't it? I'm getting confused with that so many lines.
I can. Don't worry, I've sensed that from the start that all these lines have confused you a bit. We could do with just one line tomorrow, bagging up all day on one line. That'd be dead handy, to be honest.
I would love it.
Yeah, I don't think that's going to happen. Possibly, but
2-pound skimmers.
there is a couple of pegs I'd like you to get on because.
Oh, there is your friend.
Huh?
There is your friend.
Oh, the goat.
Yeah.
Elvin.
Eh.
Bit of talking, look.
It's
See that
again bubble.
bubbles?
Yeah. Yeah.
Could be a carp, but there's a few bubbles coming out there now. Drop in there, Zsolt. Come on.
What,
Get
that
back.
rig?
I'd be on that. Yeah, come on. 11 metre line. I've had like 5 bubbles come up there in that last 5 minutes. No, not with that rig. That's your off the bottom rig, isn't it? You are confused.
No, I did ask you now, is
been a
with
long-
that rig, and
been
you
a
said,
long-
yeah,
you
just
didn't
drop
say
it off.
anything.
No, you did. I did.
I didn't say drop it in on that rig. He's very confused. It's been a long day, hasn't it? Well, no, we haven't fished for that long, actually, but it's been a long day.
Definitely.
I reckon that's going to be a unit on that line.
We're gonna mix it up, Desmond. One fluoro
Don't mix it up too
pinky,
much. Let's just catch a
one
fish.
white pinky. That's gonna be
Hey?
the.
Oh, no. Put 2 on.
It's 2 on.
Oh, that's right. Look at that bubble. Look, another one. Come on. Big green tench. Oh, nice. Come on, boy. Oh, I'm not on your float, am I? Or am I?
No, you.
Oh, God. That's
No.
dead. I can't get the last bite of the... I'm not missing the last bite of the day. Sorry about this. Let's have a look. Where are we? Oh, the camera's gone off. Let's leave it. If you get a bite, it's one camera.
Is the other one on?
Let's have a look.
Or we just.
Yeah, no, we're all good on that one.
And what about the microphones?
Microphones
I
are...
think one of the microphones is
Let's have a
dead now.
look. No, we're still going.
Still going?
Yeah, both of them.
Wow.
Oh. Oh, no, one's on critical.
Great.
One's on red, so whatever you're going to do it quick. The battery's a bit like this fishing at the minute. Critical. It's got worse, hasn't it? It's got worse
Yeah.
as the day's gone on. When you think it would be better, but it's actually got worse.
100%.
So it's taken us 45 minutes to start catching. It's been really nice and steady, and then it's just got worse.
I wonder what we have in the keep net.
I don't know, not loads, but you know, nice days fishing. Oh my God, that was an indication, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a liner, Desmond.
Well, I'll take your word for it. It'd be nice to fish on a great big terry. Everything's on critical now. The other camera's off. He's had enough.
Should we say bye before
I don't know.
everything is dies?
I would like you to finish on one.
Yeah, I would love to
It's
finish on the
pity 'cause we
fish.
didn't film the last bit when you were on the 10-metre line. We caught a few. See, it makes you wonder whether we shouldn't have even topped that up. We should have just like tapped a few maggots or pinkers in there. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So tricky to get right. Oh yes, ladies and gentlemen. If that comes off, you are going in. Am I in front of the camera? No, I am.
No!
No, that's finished. Goodbye.